You know, it's been a while since we've actually done some bow hunting with the compound bow out here in Call of the Wild. We've been using the recurve quite often, but it's been a hot minute since we used the compound bow, and this map here has some pretty incredible locations to hunt for some whitetail. So we're gonna take it out here and see how we can do. All right, here we go. We got a nice herd of whitetails feeding out here in this pumpkin patch. There's a real good buck right there. It's a 180 plus, and he's 105 yards out from us. We're gonna try and call and see if we can't get him to come a little bit closer here. We got a pretty good wind. We got a nice setup. All we gotta do is get his attention and get him to come into range. Well, let's see if we can do that. And there we go. We got motion. We got this small young buck coming out here in the front. He's trotting right in. As well as this doe. And that doe. And now he stopped out there. Oh, wait. Here he comes. Here he comes. Trotting into about 70 yards out. Holding pretty broadside right there. So let's get ready. Now we got the compound bow, and we can take up to pretty solid 70 yard plus shot if we need to, but ideally, of course, we'd like them under 50. And right now we got them pretty much at that mark. In fact, we got them right there at 45 yards. All right, we got them right there at 42. Oh, he's gonna come right underneath us here. That is gonna be one close shot, but we gotta wait till he turns broadside. Or we could just take him straight down below us. I mean, if this moment happened in real life, I don't even know what I would do, honestly. Could you seriously imagine having a buck of this caliber right directly below your tree stand? And especially to not be able to get a shot off. Look at this. We're not going to get a shot. He's going to run. Oh, I would just be sick to my stomach if that happened. I couldn't even imagine knowing that that would happen. Absolutely unbelievable. Alright, well, as hunting sometimes tends to go, or typically usually does, unfortunately that buck never did come back in, so we decided to head to another location. And we are maybe 500 yards to the north side here of where we just were. Over here there could potentially be some more big whitetails, and maybe even some bigger ones than the one that we just saw. Holy yeah, we made a good choice to come over here. Look at those bucks. We literally have two 180 plus whitetails, and right there happens to be a 200 plus whitetail buck. He's out there 250 yards out feeding out in that pumpkin field. Now we're gonna have to do a little bit of work to get these things to come in, but I believe we can do it. So we're gonna get down, and we'll probably get maybe 50 yards out to the west side of us here. We'll put out some calls in hopes that this big buck comes over to check it out. Remember, this caller goes out to about 250 yards, and that buck there is probably close to 250 yards. There's also some more deer over there, which that is about 220. So yeah, let's put out some calls right here. We'll see if we can't get them to come this direction, and then we'll back up a little bit more. All right, we put out a couple calls, and I'm seeing some motion. I'm definitely seeing some motion over there. Ooh, they're coming. They are definitely coming. All right, so we'll back up a little bit more. We'll put out one more call behind us. That way he comes all the way past and stops broadside. Hopefully the big one's on the way as well. I'm not sure, I can't quite tell. But he should be coming. Alright. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's a buck right there, and there's a buck right there, and there's a doe. So they're for surely coming this direction. Let's get low. And all we gotta do is get about 20 yards closer this way. Then we'll be in the stand. I'm not sure where our big buck is just yet, but we know he's out there somewhere. Those are all does there. Small doe there. This doe's coming in. And here they come. I suppose we could just try and hide behind one of these pumpkins. But that's not going to work out too good for the long term. Alright, so these deer are slowly working their way over. And we're going to lay low to try and get back into our stand. I still haven't gotten eyes on that big buck in a while, and I really hope that he's on the way. He should be, but sometimes you just never know about those big bucks. They get smart real quickly. Alright, so here we have 4 whitetails out in this field. And guess what? Our big buck did not come in yet. But there's a whole entire other herd of whitetails on the way in, including a freaking monster bull moose. We're talking a 260 plus bull bedded right out there at about 250 yards out from us. And guess what? It just so happens that we have the caller. Look at the size of that bull. Wow. To be able to call in this huge bull across this pumpkin field would be absolutely incredible. So I would love to be able to try and do that. But we also got to make sure we get this big buck to come in as well. I'm not sure why, but for some reason they just don't like coming into this caller. Okay, we got him right there, and he's slowly coming this way, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But either way, at this point, I don't really care. What I do care about is the fact that we have this giant bull moose right in front of us. Okay, so we're gonna have to set up the caller somewhere out here in hopes that he can hear the call from where he's at, which, oh, according to that, he should definitely be able to hear that call from right there. Oh, really? Now you're giving me a warning call? Okay. Alright, we gotta turn the moose collar on, get that thing going, and try and get this monster bull to come in to range. Also, we gotta make sure that we remember to switch out to the 600 grain arrows because we don't want to take him down with the 420s. But then again, if that big buck comes in first, we might have to take him down with the 420s, so we gotta wait until the last second to decide what we want to do. Oh, there's a good buck right there. Not a bad looking whitetail. And now, all of a sudden, these whitetail decide to come this direction. I don't see our giant, but there's quite a few. Oh, there's a big 180 plus coming in. All right, we'll for surely take him. And it looks like, well, I was gonna say it looks like that cow is on the way, but this bull moose here is definitely not just yet. He's right out there, 218 yards. He for surely should be in range. All right, tell you what. Let's get this big 180 plus to come in here. As I'm not sure if that 200 plus is gonna come in or not. All right, well, either way, this 180 plus is coming right our direction. So here we go. The wind is blowing slightly off to the west side over here, which is not perfectly ideal, but we'll be able to get him a little bit closer for sure before he's able to potentially catch our scent. All right, this doe is literally trotting right towards us here. And there's our buck right there. Another decent buck is stepping out here. And there's that buck there. We're getting a lot of attention from these deer. Aside from that giant. Which, I don't even know where he went. And our moose is not really interested in coming in either. But this whitetail buck is stepping out here at about 80 yards out, and I said we could take up to a 70-yard shot if we need to. So we'll hope that he comes just a tad bit closer and look at what's about to come in. There's our 200 plus whitetail right there. All right, come on, buck. I think this buck is starting to get our attention, and he's about to be in range at 70 yards. He turned, and we just absolutely heart shot that thing. What a shot. Wow, was that epic. I can't explain to you how incredible that shot just was right there. But he basically just did a 360 turnaround shot and we hit him right in the heart. Alright, well, we still got these bucks over here and our giant might step out. And he's right there, 100 yards out from us. Honestly, if this buck stepped out at 80, I'd probably let one fly, and I'm so tempted to take him right there at 120 yards. I can't even get a spotting on him. Oh, he stepped forward on me. We're about to break a lot of rules to take a shot on this buck. We've been waiting way too long for him to finally step out and not come in past 100 yards. I mean, 100 yards with a crossbow is definitely a doable shot. But I would not recommend trying it with the compound bow. Come on. I mean, if we have to, we could always come back here tomorrow morning. Oh, look at this moose. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you guys, there he is, he stepped out. Holy, look at the size of this bull. He's out there 150 yards. Now we can take that far of a shot with this bow. Look at the size of the rack on that thing. I can't even Wait a second, is there two of them? Is there two? Oh, there is two. One is an absolute stud of a bull. He's out there 130 yards out, coming right towards us. We can take a 100-yard shot on this bull just because he's so impressive. Wow, I've wanted to take a shot on a bull like this out across a pumpkin field for the longest time, and we're now officially about to be able to do that. Oh my god, he's turning broadside. He's turning broadside right out there at about 115 yards. 112 yards right there. Wait. Okay, we got him at 100 yards. 100 yards right there. All we gotta do is get him to go broadside. Here we go. Oh. I think we hit him. He looks like he's hit hard. Just because he is, baby. What a freaking shot. Oh my god, he's piled up right out there, 100 yards away. Holy, that was the most intense reaction we've ever had on a huge bull moose like that. We literally couldn't even tell if we hit him or not. We were going for a heart shot, and I think the problem is oh, that's another good bull out there. We should probably try and take him as well. Let's see if we can't get a shot off on that bull. But the problem is that how can we get this bull to stop? Oh, that'll do it. That will for surely do it. So now that we have this bull coming back this direction here, I can explain to you what happened. The problem is the arrow was going straight for the heart, and I think it ducked a little bit lower, so we couldn't actually see where the tracer lit up. Upon impact, we really couldn't tell where we even hit. All I know is right where we had that crosshair on, as soon as we squeezed the trigger, and that is all we could go off of. And then the fact that when he was running, you could tell he was hit hard. Well, that's what happened, because he didn't go 100 yards and tipped right over. But here we have this bull coming in as well at 100 yards out, trotting straight towards us. Holy, I was so worried about that shot. Only because we couldn't see the tracer. I felt super confident during that shot, but after the shot, when we didn't see the tracer light up, I was really hesitant about what happened with that shot. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. 100%, I was very hesitant on what happened with that shot. All right, so we got this bull out here now, and he's about 50 yards out. 56. So we could see the tracer there, and that was an incredible heart shot because he went straight down. That's what should have happened on that bull over there, but the tracer did not light up. We got a cow right below us here as well, and we still have that huge whitetail that we're trying to get to come in to range. You know what, Moose? You're just gonna sit here and keep making all this noise, aren't you? So we're gonna try for a double lung heart shot on her as well, and she is not going far after that. In fact, she just piled up right over there. Okay, guys, that was honestly one of the coolest moose hunts we've probably ever had. Look what's sneaking in. Look what's sneaking in, and guess what we happen to have in our tree stand? We got a coyote, but there should be a whole pack of them. Holy, we happen to have a gray fox and a coyote coming in here as well. Now, what we could do is actually try and call this coyote into range to take him down with the compound bow. Because how cool would that be, huh? Yeah, but we've never been able to call in a bull moose like that across a pumpkin field just like that all the way to us. And he would have came a little bit closer, but the wind was blowing right towards him, so there really wasn't a lot we could do at that moment there. All right, so we got that female gray fox there, and this coyote is coming straight for us. A nice male coming straight for us. All right, so now at this point we got to put on our 420s back into our compound bow and get ready, because this is pretty epic. There goes that gray fox there. We got yet another animal over there, which happens to be a decent male black bear. Our coyote is coming in there about 150 yards out, and we still have eyes on this big whitetail, which is over there. Holy, what an incredible location. Wow. There goes that gray fox. We could always call her back in as well. And what I was gonna say is we happen to have the 22-250 on us. All right, so that coyote's out there 120 yards out, but here he comes. He's coming straight to the call. And how cool is this to watch this coyote trying to cross this pumpkin patch field? Right to us. All right, we got him out there at about 90 yards out. We'll let him come a little bit closer. We got the caller here, so he'll probably come into 40. I doubt he'll come any closer than that, but 40 yards is for surely going to be a good shot. Man, I'm so excited to go over there and go check out how big that bull moose is. Wow, was that one heck of a sight watching him come across this field. All right, well, there's our coyote right there stepping out. 60 yards out. He's pretty broadside right there. So we're going to get ready. Okay, we have the 420s in. I had to double check. All right, what do we got there? He's coming way closer than what I was expecting. He's actually less than 30 yards right there. We're gonna have to take him at 20. And he stopped right there. About 25 yards. 22. And closing. We might have to do a little squeaker here. And a perfect shot. He's down right there. Wow. Holy, talk about one epic morning to start out this hunt. And what a heck of an adventure. We went from calling in a nice buck right underneath us, not getting a call, not getting a shot off, to coming to the next location here. And all of a sudden there's just huge bucks, giant bull moose. We got coyotes coming in. We got moose all around. We got black bear calling over there. We got fox. Wow. We'll call him in next time, because we got to come back here and try and call in this big whitetail as well. We'll come back here in the morning. But right now we got a lot of stuff to get. A lot. All right. Let's start picking them up. Okay. Here's our Cario, and we got a spine lung shot there, 17 yards away and 41.96. Looks like we went right through the skull, jaw, and the neck, as well as the lung. Absolutely drilled that thing at 17 yards. So then we got that cow, we got this younger, decent sized bull over here. Yeah, he's definitely not small, I'll tell you that. This is a good bull. A really good bull, which we pulled off. A perfect hard shot at 55 yards, a 173. Great shot. And a solid bull as well. And that's going to be our bear calling over there. But here's our 180 plus white-tailed buck that we made an incredible turning away shot at about 70 yards. Look at that shot. 70 yard, spinning away, perfect double lung shot and a 186. Huge white-tailed buck. Wow. Talk about one incredible moment that was right there. We got to take a better look at that again. I mean, he was literally spinning around and just absolutely centered him perfectly. All right, then last up we have this giant bull moose piled up over here. Well, we do have the cow as well, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. For now, we're gonna go find this massive bull down, which we saw him pile up right on top of this hill. Right over here. Oh, there's a road there. I was gonna say road, but I wasn't sure if there was a road there or not. Well, there he is. So we tucked it right underneath the neck and smoked this incredible bull. Holy, that is a giant 262.78 gold. He weighed 1,300 pounds and that was a 98 yard long liver stomach shot. Wow, look at that. Absolutely incredible shot placement there. I thought we were too low, but in reality, we were absolutely perfect. Right dead center lung and hit the shoulder. Luckily, we hit right on the inside of that shoulder, so it pretty much nicked the edge of the vitals there. Came all the way through the liver and out the intestine on the other side there. So, wow, what a shot. And one incredible monster bull moose. Especially taken down from a tree stand off a pumpkin patch. I mean, at this point, the only thing better that we could possibly have happen is calling that giant whitetail buck tomorrow morning, as well as maybe even that black bear. But another perfect double lung shot, 27 yards out, and you can see how tough these moose are because they do not go down easily. But with all that being said, let's get back out here tomorrow morning in hopes of maybe being able to call in this giant whitetail buck. I really hope we can call him in. I mean, we have so much potential to be able to call him in. All we gotta do is get a little bit lucky and call him in. All right, guys, let's try this again. We're back out here the next morning now. It's early in the morning, 5:30 in the morning to be exact, and the whitetail are back over there feeding in this field. I don't know where the big one is, but he's probably over there somewhere. Oh, well, actually, that's not him either. I thought that was him, but that's him. I knew I spotted him. He's right out there, 250 yards away from us. He's a little bit more to the right of where he was last time. Last time they were kind of over here. Now remember, we have a tree stand set up right... I think actually right in that tree, right there. So if we need to, we could go over there and try and call in that big buck, but it's gonna be kind of our last resort. We have our tree stand set up right there, and you can see it's gonna be right on top of those deer. But also the wind is not really ideal for that location right now, because if they veer left, they're gonna walk right downwind and catch our scent. So we absolutely do not want that to happen. And also, the wind here is not very good either, but at least we're far enough away that we can wait until hopefully the wind shifts, then we'll be able to call them in to range. So that's kind of what we have going on right now. Not a whole lot until this wind starts cooperating a little bit more, which it is starting to slowly shift a little bit more to the east, and if it does, then we'll be able to call this buck out into this pumpkin patch. Oh, dude, there's our bear. No way. So while we're sitting here waiting for this bear, which honestly, that would be super epic to be able to call him in. He's out there 211 yards away. Let's set up this collar. I'm pretty sure we took it down, right? Yeah, we took it down. Let's set up this collar behind us here so we can call this bear right into range. All right. Well, let's see if he comes in. Now, I believe you can actually use the 420s on these bear. Oh, look at this. He's coming right in. No way. So they're a class 7. You definitely cannot use the 420s on them. So I have to switch back to the 600s. And get ready, because this big bear is coming straight in. All the way across this pumpkin patch. Alright, we got him stopped out there at about 150 yards. So we'll be patient and let him work his way in. Yep, here he comes. Wait a second. Is he coming in or is he leaving? Because it kind of seemed like he was trotting away from us, which doesn't really make any sense. Oh, nope, he stopped right there. Oh, here he comes. Look at how he's zigzagging back and forth. He's smart, real smart. I mean, he's 150 yards out and he's still super smart and being extremely hesitant to come into the call. Well, he's going some direction. I don't really know if he's coming this way or not, but he's definitely heading somewhere. Wow, this bear is doing the complete opposite of what we want him to do. Complete opposite. But now he's coming down the road. And honestly, if he comes down that road, he should come out to about 70 yards, and that would be a shot. Oh, hold up. We got another bear calling down over in here, right there. 95 yards out on that bear. Could we go for a shot without spooking this bear? Nope, this bear's 95 yards too. He stopped right behind that hill. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right there, he's 50 yards away. Perfect. I don't have a freaking clue on what happened with that first shot. Like, absolutely no clue whatsoever on how that shot got messed up after all of that. We had him out there at 50, and we were holding right for his heart. So unless we hit too far forward, I don't know. And also the second shot should have been for surely an intestine hit, but the percentage did not drop. We do have the 600s in, so I honestly cannot explain to you what just happened in that situation there. I really can't, and I wish I could, but luckily he was only a 5, so he wasn't that big. But I'll tell you what, if that was a big 7 or a mythical, I would be sick to my stomach. And also, luckily for us, our big buck is still over there. But so is the wind, and the wind is not good. Not at all. All right, well, I guess we may have to come back another time. Honestly, we're gonna have to come back. This wind is not cooperating at all. Not even the slightest bit. So let's turn this collar off. We might use it. Once the whitetails start coming this direction, we might use it. All right, what in the heck did we hit? I honestly thought that maybe the first shot might have glitched out and we didn't get the penetration that we wanted. Well, that's a non-vital hit if I ever seen one. And for some reason there's a random arrow right here. I don't know why the heck there'd be an arrow there. Unless the arrow fell out. Oh, that would be cool. Imagine if the arrow actually fell out of the animal, like while you're tracking it, and all of a sudden you find, well, there's our bear piled up over there, but he ran all the way across this wide open field and made it a long ways. I'm surprised. Well, even the second shot should have been good, but it looks like the wind pushed it back. Guys, the first shot missed. Complete miss. And the second shot, we got majorly robbed. That should have been liver all day long. 17.61. I can't believe that first shot missed. We must have hit like right there. But then again, the wind was pushing back left. So I honestly have no clue what could have happened on that first shot. We were literally holding for right here. And I think that first shot glitched out, you guys. I honestly think that first shot glitched out. And we got majorly robbed. Especially on the second shot, we got robbed. According to that angle there, it was going straight for the liver. And it did not hit. So I'd say we got double robbed on that black bear. But luckily, he did eventually go down. Alright, so we came back out here yet again another morning, and we spotted those whitetail right in that brush row. This time, we have a pretty good wind. So we're hoping they come into range. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rain, and they're actually coming in. Okay, here we go. Let's get back into the stand. It looks like they're definitely coming this direction. But I still don't see them. I can't believe how smart this buck is. How many times have we seen this huge buck and not gotten a shot off? Got a gray fox coming in over there. These deer are coming in perfectly right to the collar. Can't complain about that. But yeah, he has absolutely no interest in coming in. Oh my god, there he is. There he is right out there, 150 yards out. He's about to step out. No freaking way. Look at that rack. Holy. It's finally about to happen. We got deer all around us here. Something trotted in over there. Are those two does? Yep, two does over there. They trotted right past us perfectly. This decent buck is going right underneath us. We're gonna have to pass him up because we absolutely cannot risk spooking this buck. And honestly, at this point, I'm tempted to go for a 150-yard shot. But I believe he's gonna come closer. So let's just say this. We'll go out to at least 100. But anything over 100, maybe not so much. Come on, big buck. We got a perfect wind. Just keep on coming. You gotta be kidding me. Dude, did they literally just turn around randomly and... What the absolute heck just happened? Alright, where'd he go? He's right there. Come on, big buck. Come on. You know what? I said 100 yards, but we're going for a 130-yard shot. We don't have a choice. He's not going to come any closer. 120 yards right there. Just turn broadside and we'll have a shot. Not a good one. But we will have a shot. Alright, 112 yards. Bit of crosswind. Oh my god, we just freaking smoked him. 112 yards and he's down. Double lung shot. Wow, what a giant buck. What an absolute incredibly giant buck. And there goes these deer. They're both taking off. Holy. Oh, we got this buck right here as well. Oh, that's a decent buck. Let's take him. Don't know where he came from, but that's awesome. Let's see if we can't get a shot off right here. Oh! That was a nice shot. Texas heart shot. If I ever seen one right there. Holy. Hit him way back high in that hind quarter, but he was quartered so much away that we went up in there and got liver and probably even lung. Very nice. And we got a couple does over here, but we'll let them be. So with that, that's gonna wrap up this pumpkin patch hunt. And what an epic turnout it has been. What an epic turnout it really has been. Holy, these big bucks and these big bulls are smart. We kind of broke our rule a little bit, not by much. I said we wouldn't take past a 100-yard shot, and we ended up going for about a 115-yard shot. Compensated for that wind just right and let one fly. Absolutely drilled this monster whitetail buck. And there he lays, right over there. Look at how cool that is. Look at the size of that rack. in this pumpkin patch field. Absolutely incredible. All right, well, let's pick him up. It's gonna be a 216 gold, and we got a 112-yard liver shot. Holy, we were actually a little bit too high. I was holding low to compensate for the bit of elevation, and also I wanted to actually hold a little more forward to compensate for that wind pushback to the left. And well, we may have gotten a little bit lucky. Wow, we got way more pushback than what I thought. Holy. I mean, honestly, we were too high. I get that, but as far as left and right wise, that was the wind. That was definitely the wind, because we were holding for right here, and we got a good 8-10 inches of pushback, and we could have used a little more drop. But you know what? I will definitely take a 112-yard liver shot on a huge whitetail. Well, there we have it. What a great turnout we had today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you watch yesterday's video. Well, actually, it's today's video, because yesterday's video, the music was a little bit too loud, but we did a video of hunting every single animal in Call of the Wild. So I hope you guys enjoy. We hunted all 96 animals in one single video. So let me know if you guys like the video. Like it down below. Thank you so much. Comment everything you want to let me know, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Did you guys really think I wasn't gonna show you this whitetail? Huh. We gotta find out how we hit on that shot there. A vertebrae, a long shot at 24 yards. But in this case here, the fact that we went high actually got us a lung shot. Because had we not, we would have been straight in testing, and that would have not taken down this buck. Wow. What an epically placed shot. Right over the top of the intestine. And managed to catch the opposite lung on the other side. That is pretty impressive. Oh, and people are probably wondering where we're actually hunting today. We're hunting by the Gilman Farm, which is on the very southeast end of the map down here. And basically we have our tent set up right here along the edge of this kind of dead-end road. We happen to have a couple of really good pumpkin patches right here. One really big pumpkin patch here. The other one is over here, which is where we've been getting a lot of action. And we got that huge bull moose down right over here.